Why do you read this as if it's Meghan Markle is back on making a cooking programme that no one has ever watched, right?
Yes.
And then we're all sitting...
He's not in it.
Yeah, basically.
But, did you hear?
No, I don't care either.
He doesn't like lobster.
Well, if that's the best we're going to get, here it is. This is what it's like.
These moments of discovery and beauty. Do you know who doesn't like lobster?
Who?
My husband.
And you'll marry him? But can I just say, there's no taste to lobster, really. You can't. There's nothing to lobster.
I just don't want to work that hard for my food, you know? You have to really crack and dig around.
No, that's a plan.
Nothing else of it, really.
But you can have all that rubbish they're standing eating there and whatever, the sort of stuff that you would throw up in your street and concoct. I don't mean like throw up as in vomit. But anyway, it's been across all of this. We go live to LA to find out the latest from her. And all the royal news that we do find from you because of your podcast and whatever, Kinsey. So that's excellent. But forgive my cynicism with this. I don't care about her and I don't care about her cooking programme. Does that make me really odd?
Being way too complicated. If I can't microwave it, I just don't find, that's too much effort for me. So, my big takeaway was Daniel, the makeup artist, survived Meghan Markle's bath salts from eating. And if you have seen some of the parodies online, Meghan did that Jamie Kern-Lima podcast a few weeks ago, maybe months now. Well, Jamie Kern-Lima actually appears in season 2 of Meghan's new show, along with Chrissy Teigen, along with Jay Shetty, and we also saw Tan France from Netflix's Queer Eye there. So season 2 of Would Love Meghan.
And we're being told this new Netflix deal is a downgrade to what they had before. What do we know about the details of this new deal? How does it differ from the first one?
Well, honestly, Ellie, I feel like it happened because when they got this huge deal, it was in the midst of the plague. We were all stuck at home watching TV, and Netflix was blowing up because everybody was signing up. Life goes on. We're all busy with doesn't continue to grow in the way that they were when they initially signed them. They have a first look deal, which basically means first dibs. So instead of Netflix cutting them a huge check to execute X amount of projects, from present ideas to Netflix. And if they like them, they might pursue them. And if they don't, they won't.
Do you think that
Family, let me tell you something. Every single time Meghan Markle takes a step forward, every single time she puts something beautiful, creative and thoughtful into the world, there is always a group of bitter individuals ready to pounce. They circle like vultures, ready to twist, distort and attack. And yet, in the middle of all that noise, in the middle of all that ugliness, the truth shines through. Because people who actually know Harry and Meghan, people who have walked with them, who have worked with them, who have seen their character up close, always come forward to set the record straight. And that's exactly what happened here as Prince Harry's longtime friend Alex Rayner stepped up and defended Meghan against the latest wave of cheap shots. Now, let's be clear. Meghan's show, With Love, Meghan, was never meant to be tabloid fodder. It was never designed to appeal to the same people who thrive on scandal and negativity. It's a lifestyle series created with care, aligned with Meghan's brand and values, sustainability, elegance, wellness, creativity, culture. It's something light, warm and positive in a world that is frankly drowning in chaos and bad news. And yet, predictably, certain British commentators rushed to mock it. They called it toe-curlingly unlovable TV. They sneered at her presence, her style, even the fact that she wore a necklace in the trailer that cost thousands. Because for them, Meghan is never allowed to win. If she's successful, she's showing off. If she's casual, she's uninspiring. If she's ambitious, she's too much. And if she's quiet, they claim she's irrelevant. But Alex Rayner wasn't having it. He's been friends with Harry for over a decade, even travelled with him to the North Pole for a charity trek in 2012. He's not some random commentator looking for a soundbite. He's seen Harry in the trenches, literally in freezing conditions, pushing through pain for a good cause. He knows the real man, not the caricature the tabloids like to present, and when asked about Meghan's series, he said something that cut right through the noise. He said the issue wasn't Meghan. The issue was the cynicism in Britain. He argued that the series was made more for the American market than for the British one, because Americans are simply a little bit more classy about these things. They embrace inspiration, they welcome beauty, they don't immediately reach for the sneer and the eye roll the way some in the UK press do. And he's right. Look at the difference. In America, Meghan is celebrated. She's invited onto stages with leaders, activists, innovators. She's praised for her humanitarian work, her speeches, her ability to connect with people. Her projects trend, her words resonate. When she speaks about food, about sustainability, about living thoughtfully, people listen. They see her as someone who adds to the conversation, someone with style and substance. But back in the UK, the press treats her as a punching bag. The contrast couldn't be more stark, and Raina called it out perfectly. He even went further, praising Meghan's As Ever label, saying it should be celebrated. He highlighted how it connects with the same values Harry and his father, King Charles, have championed for years: sustainable farming, ethical food, protecting the environment, respecting the earth. Now, isn't that something? Because these same critics who rush to mock Meghan will turn around and praise Charles for his decades-long commitment to organic farming. They'll pat him on the back for speaking about sustainability before it was fashionable, and rightly so. But when Meghan comes forward with a project rooted in the same values, she's accused of being opportunistic or pretentious. That, right there, is the double standard at the heart of it all. It's never really about the work, it's about who is doing the work. When Meghan does it, the knives come out. When others do the same thing, it's visionary or forward-thinking. And that's exactly why voices like Rayner's are so important, because he cuts through the hypocrisy. He says plainly, Meghan's work is absolutely fantastic, and the problem isn't with her, it's with those who refuse to see it. Now let's talk about the critics themselves. Eamon Holmes, for instance, went on one of his bitter little tirades about Meghan's series, sarcastically asking, "Am I supposed to care?" And honestly, isn't that laughable? Because if he truly didn't care, he wouldn't be talking about it. He wouldn't dedicate airtime to it. He wouldn't mention Meghan's name at all. But they can't help themselves. Meghan is their bread and butter. They claim not to care, but they follow her every move, watch her every project, analyse every outfit, and then run to their platforms to complain about it. That obsession speaks louder than any of their fake indifference. They care deeply. Because Meghan is a global name, she's successful, she's loved, and she represents everything they cannot control. And here's where the hypocrisy becomes even clearer. Meghan's Netflix series is already successful enough to warrant a second season. That means it has an audience. It has demand. Netflix doesn't waste time or money on flops. If there wasn't a strong viewership, there wouldn't be a season 2. But there is. And that's why the critics are seething. They don't get to decide. They don't get to control Meghan's narrative anymore. The power is in her hands. And that terrifies them. Meanwhile, Harry stands firmly by her side, just as he always has. And Rayner's defence of Meghan connects back to Harry's own battles. Remember the whole Centre Barley charity row where attempts were made to drag Harry into controversy? Raina defended him then too, pointing out the nonsense of those claims. And sure enough, the Charity Commission later cleared Harry of any wrongdoing. They found no evidence of bullying, harassment, misogyny, or any of the smear tactics that had been thrown around. Once again, Harry's integrity held up under scrutiny. Once again, the truth came out. And once again, it was his real friends, not the media, not the palace courtiers, not the critics, who spoke the truth about him. That's the pattern we keep seeing. The people who actually know Harry and Meghan, who have worked alongside them, who have seen them in action, almost always defend them. They describe them as thoughtful, hard-working, compassionate, dedicated. And yet, The people who scream the loudest against them are usually those who've never spent a meaningful moment in their presence. They're talking about an image, a caricature, a tabloid invention. They don't know the real Meghan or the real Harry. And here's the bigger picture. Meghan and Harry are building something lasting. Every project, every book, every series, every initiative they launch is part of a larger legacy. Meghan's with love. Meghan isn't just a TV show. It ties into her lifestyle brand, her values, her vision. It's a platform to inspire, to educate, to share. Harry's projects, Invictus, his environmental work, his mental health advocacy, all of these are interconnected. They're not scrambling, as their detractors love to suggest. They're building steadily, carefully, with intention, and every success proves their critics wrong all over again. So when Alex Rayner says that Meghan gets a really tough rap and that people pillory her, he's shining a light on something that has been obvious for years. Meghan has been treated unfairly from the moment she entered that family, and yet despite it all, she continues to rise, she continues to create, she continues to live her life on her terms, with Harry by her side and a global audience eager to see what comes next. And let me tell you, family, that's why the Sussex Squad matters. That's why we're here, to cut through the noise, to call out the hypocrisy, to celebrate Harry and Meghan for who they really are, not who the tabloids paint them to be. Because make no mistake, the haters will keep talking, they will keep trying, but they can't stop the truth. They can't stop the support. They can't stop the Sussexes' shine. Prince Harry's friend rushes to Meghan's defence, saying Americans are more classy. Eamon Holmes, in blistering takedown of Meghan Markle's latest Netflix series, Am I Supposed to Care? Netflix is gearing up to air a second series of Meghan's lifestyle show. Prince Harry's friend has rushed to Meghan Markle's defence, claiming Americans are more classy. Described by British television critics as toe-curlingly unlovable TV, the Duchess of Sussex's series, With Love, Meghan, attracted mockery from some Netflix viewers in the UK. As Netflix gears up to air a second series of the lifestyle show, one of Prince Harry's friends suggested British viewers may be too cynical to fully embrace it. Alex Rayner has been pals with the Duke of Sussex for over a decade, having travelled to the North Pole with Harry on a charity trek in 2012. Prince Harry's friend rushes to Meghan's defence, saying, Americans are more classy, vertical bar Netflix and Getty. Mr. Rayner told the Mail that Britons are too cynical to enjoy the glossy series filmed in Montecito. I'd argue it's made for the American market, maybe a little bit more than for us, he explained. We're a little bit more cynical. For us, we're about old Mrs. Miggins over the Aga doing her marmalade. Whereas in America, they're a little bit more classy about it. They want a bit more. Mr. Rayner, 46, who was educated at Eton College, just like Prince William and Prince Harry, stressed that the Duchess of Sussex as ever label should be celebrated. I think she gets a really tough rap about it. What she tries to do with her food at as ever is absolutely fantastic, he said. He added, both Harry and his father are passionate about sustainable field-to-fork methods. And that's very much what Meghan's all about as well, but people pillory her. Meghan Markle was seen wearing a necklace worth £6,000 in the official trailer for the second series of her Netflix programme, Vertical Bar, Netflix. There's an enormous level of support and an appetite to see what Harry and Meghan get up to, as with any member of the royal family. Mr. Rayner drew attention earlier this year when defending the Duke of Sussex in the Row over his charity Centebale. Prince Harry resigned from his role as patron amid a fallout with the charity's chairwoman, Dr. Sophie Chandoka. The Charity Commission subsequently made no findings of wrongdoing concerning Prince Harry, and also found no evidence of widespread bullying, harassment or misogyny and misogynoir at Centebale. And that's why I want to end this by speaking directly to all of you. If you're proud to stand with Harry and Meghan, if you're tired of the lies and the smears, if you know in your heart that this couple represents resilience, courage and compassion, then stay connected with us. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Hit that like button so this message spreads even further. Drop a comment sharing your love and support for Harry and Meghan, because every word matters. And if you'd like to go the extra mile in helping us keep this platform alive, don't forget to click that super thanks button. Every contribution, big or small, helps us keep telling the truth, helps us keep the Sussex Squad strong, and helps us drown out the noise of the haters with a louder, stronger, united voice of love and support. Because at the end of the day, no matter how bitter the critics get, no matter how many lies are told, the truth remains. Harry and Meghan will always rise, and we'll be right here with them every step of the way.